and welcome to the Virtual Hire Hand Team live blog. My name is Tiffany Parson, and with me is
Ashioma Isu.
and we come at you talking about social media, repurposing, and webinars. Today, we actually got a little twist. We are going to talk about websites because more than likely, if you are doing those three things, social media, you're repurposing content, and you're doing webinars, you have a website. Specifically, the update we bring you today is regarding WordPress.com. This update is, oh wow, this is getting really serious out here with AI. Now, this is specific to WordPress.com, not to be confused with WordPress.org. What's the difference, you may ask? The difference is WordPress.org is your own self-hosted website. It means you have your own host, whether it's Bluehost, SiteGround, GoDaddy, HostGator, whoever your host provider is for your website. You own it. No one can dictate to you what the content can be on that website. It's all yours. WordPress.com is similar to Wix or Squarespace in that they have rules and conditions regarding what content goes on their platform. They are your host. You don't have a separate host from your domain. So WordPress.com is your web host. It is where your website lives, similar to Wix, similar to Squarespace. What WordPress.com is adding on is that they are now letting AI agents write and publish posts on your website. And I made a note. Specifically, they can read your site content, create posts, build landing pages, about pages, make structural changes to your website. Of course, you as the user have to approve what changes are being made to your website. You have control over whether or not you allow AI agents to do this. So there's a little switch, I would imagine, or you can turn it on if you want this capability to be in effect. The AI agents can control your whole website. This may be an exciting update for you if you are technically challenged, not as creative, and you're just starting out and maybe you don't have the budget to bring anybody on to build your website or manage your website. But for me, and I want to get your thoughts, it's scary.
Absolutely. It is scary. It's taking over your sites. So it's like you're giving authority, giving power to them to do what they want to do, right? And that takes away the power from you, the individual. And I don't think I'm comfortable with that.
The fact that they will be able to build a whole website, AI, you tell it, what you want, where you're about, your business, that kind of thing, and it's going to spit out the website. Now, ChatGPT will do that, Claude will do that, but it will give you examples. It may give you the image and all that, but it's not actually inside your website. Before we started the recording for today, we were talking about how this update is one of those, like all of our updates, we feel like it's been, like it or not, okay, we might have been excited about it, not so excited about it, but this is the first update that has caused us to pause and be like, what in the world? I can remember having a project on Upwork, and my project was to do these things: draft, edit, publish blog posts on a WordPress.com website. I would have, the client would send me images. They may have a draft of things they wanted to say. Some would actually have the whole thing. They would just need me to handle the technical side of setting it up. So now an AI agent can do those things. Even update and fix metadata. Metadata is what's happening on the website so that when Google reads it, it'll put it in the algorithm of Google so you can be found and discoverable. It'll even organize your content with tags and categories. Like if your subject matter of your blog posts are in set categories and you have set tags specifically related to your blog, and just remembering that particular client, regarding their blog, it was like they were a farm, a local farm. And so it'd be different topics about whatever seasonal vegetables and farmers market and different things. So there'll be specific tags related to what vegetables and things, and the categories may be related to a recipe or the garden or this or that. just to hand this off to an artificially intelligent something is quite scary. And I know AI is the way things are going. I would be very leery about this. Not to tell anyone what to do, but if we were in a discovery call, I would tell you to be very leery about this. You're handing off, even though you have to approve the updates. At some point, what if that doesn't happen? What if you can't pull back the controls? What if it just gets too far down the line years from now where you cannot pull back the controls? The first thing that came to mind is, what about if people are buying things off of your website, and now does this open it up to possibly have some type of security breach because there's an AI agent behind the scenes? We don't know what it is or how it works.
Yes.
Like, where does it come from? Where is it getting information from? And I have used ChatGPT and some other AI tools, but I give it very generic information. I don't give it my life story. It doesn't know about me. It has very generic information because maybe I was having a creative slump or whatever, and I just needed ideas, and so that just got me started, and then I add my human on top. But this is wild to me.
It is.
And I will say this, I'm curious to see it in action. Like, if we came up with a scenario, because WordPress.com website is its own host and all that, came up with a scenario, a mock company for a website, to see it go and to see what all it can do and what it looks like in real time. We're going to add this to the lab. It may be under the question mark, but I'm curious. I'm curious about what it would do. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, as much as it can do all of these things, when it comes to this strategy, it still needs that human touch.
For sure.
But along the lines of what you just said, how much control is it going to have to the point where you can't get that control back? We don't know. Or the bridge, security bridge, people
Yeah.
buying stuff off of your website and all. We don't know to the extent that's going to be. But
Right.
it just tells us that you're still going to be in control. The strategy behind it is that you're still in control of the topic direction, audience understanding, content positioning. But again, we don't know to the extent that it's going to be in control.
Yeah.
That is worrisome to us.
Yes. If you were to ask, would we even want you to be on WordPress.com? No. We want you to be on your own hosting where you can put whatever you want on your website, WordPress.org website, and have your own hosting. But everybody's not able to do that or doesn't have the capacity. WordPress.com comes in that. But we are going to investigate this further, because if this is a possibility, you may be the one to be like, okay, I want to do this, but I don't know how. I don't know the technology. I don't know what. So we're going to add this to our investigations to see what it does. How good is it? Are the articles going to be good, or are they going to be crap? We'll find out for you. If you have questions as it relates to this, you have a WordPress.com website, thinking about it, you saw the switch, you haven't turned it on yet, you're thinking, you're hesitant, post your questions in the comments below, because we want to be able to see if we can get an answer for you when we take this into the lab and find out how this actually works, what all is going on with this. So we're gonna investigate this further. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure you hit subscribe and ask your question in the comments. Or if you've already turned this on, you're already using it, put your comment. We want to hear how it's working for you. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to hit the follow button, because we want you to get notified. Let us know if you've already tested this out. So we look forward to hearing from you. Any final thoughts on this?
Pretty much going into the lab to test it out.
That's good. Thanks again. Be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe so you can get notified on the next one. Thanks again. You have a wonderful day.